fellas. 16-7 in favor of Romania. They started off really strong, but Macedonia managed to clutch a couple of rounds, connect a couple of rounds. In the end, not enough. 16-7 in favor of Romania. First match for them. Switch.
Yeah, we usually see teams on Mirage struggling on their T side, but Macedonia's CT side was really weird. The only, good point in their CT was, I think, Osama. He got entry kills in at least 3 or 4 rounds. In 2 of those, he got a double entry kill, and they still managed to lose those rounds. So, I mean, I'm not sure how a good point that is. Good for him, but bad for them to lose 2 times a 3v5. Yep, 5v3. Sorry. So if their city side was maybe a bit better, maybe they could do something. But on the T side, won the pistol round, won the round, a few rounds after that. But all in all, I think Romania clearly deserves this win.
At the beginning, Macedonia looked really bad. Afterwards, they improved a little bit. Do you think they can be even better in the next map?
I mean, this was their pick, so they definitely needed to perform better, especially on their city side. Okay, maybe you rely on your T side, but you can't really let Romania get 12 rounds on their T side. So, as Vojke mentioned, they had 3v5 couple of times, or 5v3 couple of times, and we have a replay actually of one time they had that, and Vojke said that Osama got 2 entry kills on the mid, and I think as you can see here, he gets first 2 kills, gets Akron here, then gets another one after that, and basically you have 5v3 and
he got the one before
this, the BTN and Akron. I didn't really pay attention to the right side. And you can see, for example, this position of KNF, okay, you're watching house, but the thing is with this position, one can definitely go through alley or ramp. And
sorry, no one is watching the ramp.
Yeah,
so
that's the point.
A player could sneak in.
And look at this, Kozmin goes out of a house, spots the Osama on site. Saminte, meanwhile, gets a kill, and now Kozmin, like this, he picks wide against AWP. That's the confidence because they're winning 9-0, and he pushes CT, gets control of CT, and eventually I think Neno kills the last guy, but didn't have time to defuse, unfortunately, because he went for the defuse kit and then started defusing.
It came really close, I think.
Yeah, so all in all, like, first of all, you get 2 kills on mid, and you have 5v3, and at that point, you can, for me, I would personally let mid at that point.
I think
one guy maybe peeking mid just for information, and you have 2 guys on A, one watching ramp, one watching A house, make a crossfire. Like if the guy from A house sees you on stairs and tries to go wide and kill you, you have a guy from CT that's going to e-frag or even kill him before you die. But they decided to focus on mid. Kozmin goes out of A house and clears the site for Romania. Yep. So I think it's a sloppy play out of city side of Macedonia.
I think that was a good idea from them to clear mid. They knew they had info that one other guy is on mid, so you see Osama from connector and the guy from short
pushing together,
grouping up together to clear out that area, and that's a good idea. But I think the setup is wrong at that point. 5v3, you don't really need 3 guys in mid. They had 1 guy in CPL. Yeah. That guy could have been watching A-apps, and the guy is KNF, right? He's on the CT. He can watch ramp from site under house in shadow or whatever you call it. I think the idea of clearing mid was good. At the end of the round, they were unlucky. It was like milliseconds to defuse that bomb. But if you have a 5v3,
0.01. 0.01.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, if you're on a 5v3, it shouldn't even come that close. Yeah. Maybe lose a player or 2, but win the round.
Yeah, definitely.
Dusan, your thoughts about the map? I mean, it seems like the guys said everything bad.
Yeah. Good T side of Romania, really bad CD side of Macedonia, and then
afterwards it was just a little bit too late.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the game and it was like 6-0, 7-0, and I was like, call for a pause. Like, you don't have anything to lose. You need the time to cool off. You need to get your head in the game, and you just need to focus yourself, because at that point, as Rema pointed out, Romania had all the confidence they needed. Like they're winning 6-7, 8-0. I don't think anything at that point is gonna break their stride. So I think that pause should have been there. I think they had to do it.
Yeah, you just mentioned the pause. I just want to stick on that for just a second. Do you think players are used to having that opportunity to ask for a timeout?
Well, they should be.
More experienced players that play in top teams, they definitely are. But players like, from, I don't want to say it, but not top level players.
Okay.
And especially in this kind of format where you don't have a full team, but a mix of players from few teams. I think that they don't really get it. They have a pause even here. I think Mega Man and Miloš talked about that. That this kind of 3+2 or whatever nations bring, they don't really have the idea to call for a pause.
And they should.
Miloš and Mega Man said something else. I'm gonna come to that a little bit later because you guys didn't hear that, but we're gonna come to that later.
Did you
Dusan.
say Miloš the Mega Man?
No, Mega Man and Miloš the Medic. Moving on to the second map, which will be Cash, picked by Romania. Do you think that this is going to be an easy map for Romania since they won with huge difference on Macedonia's pick?
I mean, what they took was like 9 rounds in a row on their T side, and we always say that Cash is T side map. If you get the ball rolling early on the T side, if you get your executes spot on and your executes on towards site with flashes and Molotovs and such on A or B side, I think they're in a really good position to take this 1-2-0 and take Cash convincingly, because what we saw here on their T side was really good, and this was Mirage, that was Macedonia's pick, coming into Cash in their map, their pick. They have it, I think, maybe better prepared, so I think we'll see a 2-0.
We didn't see a lot from Macedonia when it comes to T side, but what do they have to change on the CT side in order to win?
It can be just Osama getting kills. We saw Neno. We said that he's the player to watch. He got his first kill in what, 11th round.
Yeah.
That's really not good.
Yikes.
On the other side, we said Kozmin is the player to watch for Romania, and he ended up fragging. I think he had 29.
Yeah.
And not only that, Kozmin had support. I was really surprised by Xelo, the young fellow with only 15 years. He played really well with that AWP. In that round that we had a replay, he was in a 1v2, got 1 kill, but couldn't get another. Would have been a great clutch for him, but overall I think he played really well. And that's the thing, in a large part of that game we saw only Osama, and then Plavi, he stepped up, won them the first round and so on. He was up there with Osama, but all in all, through a large portion of that first half, it was only Osama getting kills, and he had no support from his teammates. So they just need to step up and start fragging. I don't think this Mirage matters much for Cash, in a sense, because Macedonian players, they like to play that puggish kind of a style. So I still think Romania is gonna win this 2-0, but I don't think it changes much that they lost Mirage 16-7.
And what he said, like even BTN at one point step up with that deagle, like hitting 390 shots. So I think all of Romania stepped up when they needed to, and that's basically it. Why?
Do you think this is the best lineup of Macedonia? Do you think someone is missing?
From last year, they had Nightmare, also one of the guys that played an entity. And
is he playing at all?
He stopped playing, and I played with him like a month or 2 months ago. He's probably one of the funniest guys to play with, but I don't think he plays competitively.
Yeah.
I think there was a tournament in Macedonia like a month ago or something like that, and that's I think the first time he played like on top settings, 144 hertz monitors and all, and he was like, this is easy. I think he actually...
I like this game, actually.
Yeah, I think he actually dominated that tournament. Maybe he didn't win it, but he was like, wow, this game is so much easier when you play on this setting.
It's so awesome.
So maybe he's going to show up again, hopefully. But we see it, there's no Nightmare this
probably
this
at home he's playing on Nightmare level.
Callan, I think
50
he
FPS
stopped playing. He's not playing anymore. So.
Sorry, what about Callum?
He, I think, definitely stopped playing.
Yeah.
I don't think he plays anymore at all. So.
Okay, so Macedonia won the 9th round, picked the city side. What do you think about that? Since the last city side didn't go so well.
Yeah, I think it goes in favor of Romania again. They stumped them on T-side on Mirage. They can do it again probably on Cash. Even though they have full confidence coming into this one, they really played great last map. They can really stump them again on T-side if Macedonia plays their city side as they did, because their setups on city side were kind of not so good. And if they fix that, and if they have a refrags or something similar, like together aggressive plays from Macedonian players, maybe we see them playing a bit better on their city side. But I honestly think that Cosmin and Xelo really showed great potential on their T side. With that AKs, like they're just running and gunning. So
okay, we're gonna go with the predictions, and as Mega Man and Milos the Medic said, we're gonna from now on pay attention who has the best guess. So at the end, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do when the LAN comes, but we just have to pay attention.
No
this
problem.
time. So
I think I've been pretty on point, so I'm gonna say 16-10. I think Macedonia is gonna take more rounds, but still lose.
Okay, Remo.
16-8.
Okay, 16-9.
Okay, well,
I wanted to say
Mega
8,
Man
but-
and Milos, whoever loses will buy you drinks next time you come here to Belgrade. Hopefully, we'll see you on LAN. So the second map is about to start. Cash, Romania versus Macedonia. Let's go live.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much, Mega Man and Milos, bringing you guys the action once again for Map 2 of this BO3 matchup between these two teams. Cash is going to be our battleground for this one. Milos, did you notice a trend in the predictions? They got a little less brazen this time around. I heard a 16-8, a 16-9, and a 16-10. They're a little bit more clustered together here.
Yeah, we had to put the pressure there, and
Of course.
fortunately, I mean, they're pretty smart. These are pretty smart people and players. I mean,
Drinks
they
are
learn
on the
from their
line.
mistakes.
You know better.
Yeah, when money and drinks are on the line, this is where everything changes. So now, these are obviously going to be the best predictions that they can give. KNF though. Opening up the first few bullets of this second map on Cash. Remember, Macedonia did drop the first map on Mirage after almost come back there, but 16-7 scoreline was pretty darn sick for Romania on the T side in this tier second map in this series. The bomb being fired away to the A site. Nobody's on the site itself, however, from the CT side. So this might be just an easy take for the Romanians.
I actually like this a lot from the Romanian side. They go all out through Squeaky Door, so they don't even get a line of sight on the push coming in. All they see is the lone smoke, and by the time they can react, there's already full control of that bomb site. Nino's going to go to blows here in mid with Xelo. Xelo trying to figure out who he wants to shoot. They still have yet to kill him. There's 3 players shooting at him. They finally take him down, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but he stays alive so long, just delaying those players from getting in. Now they're going to have a late flank coming out through mid for Highway, and this is going to get really intense. Smoke goes out onto the bomb, though. They've got to deal with this diffuser. He's still on the bomb. They finally spot him. They finally take him down. A little bit chaotic there, to say the least, at the end of that one. That player, Quad, just needed to peek out a shoulder and spot that guy diffusing. Could have been a different story there, but Romania is going to pick up the second half pistol.
Yep, and this is the thing, though, that we're
Did I say
talking
second
about.
half? I think it just said second half pistol. First half pistol, second map
There we
pistol.
go. There you go. Numbers are
Know what I
confusing,
mean? Not what I
guys.
say. Kind of thing. Where am I?
Is this CS:GO? What's going on? Are you sure we're playing
We
Source
caught
here?
now, boys. We
Oh
caught.
God, no! Anything. We could do Battlefield. I'm fine, but no, please, no, God. Anyways, BTN now jumping on it. It has mid-map control, and letting this mid-map control go away to the T site so easily with no contestation gives the terrorists so much space to work around and switch over to any site that they wish to go to. Mac 10 being switched around here. BTN pretty darn low on health, but he's running in with an SMG, and at this point, nobody really cares if they lose the SMG player because it's a much cheaper buy. And Neno is being pushed back here, the smoke, in a pretty good spot though, going in trying to eyeball that headshot on a Cosmid, but he's gonna get finally sprayed down here, making it a 5v3. There is head armor and some decently expensive pistols here on the CT side. So with the position that the Romanians are in, would you just back off out of this spot and just try to save whatever you got?
I mean, this is still feasible. 1 bullet on BTN, 2 would take down Cemente. The problem here is Cemente is going to get aggressive behind this. They get that pick, and that just gives them more confidence. But really what they're doing is they're just trying to dwindle down the numbers, take away the guns, take away what they can. But Xelo, I mean, he came to play in the first map. His AWP was out of sight. Very, very strong from him. But they're going to give it back. And actually, he needs to grab these guns and get the hell out of Dodge right now. And that's unfortunate that Akron is actually going to come all the way around from the back lines, take him down, salvages the AK-47 to move forward in the next round. So Romania, they lose 3 players, but they keep a UMP, they keep an AK-47, they can buy up another one, and they're going to go for a little bit of a bigger buy. You saw how they went for more SMGs this time around versus on Mirage, just from their strategy. You know, they've decided to bust into that B-bomb site, and the SMGs are going to be very good for running and spraying into that Accord. This time around, they're going to get pretty much uncontested B control as they just lead bomb in. The bomber, BTN just runs in first. Screw it, guys, I'm going. So they're going to go right on in for this one. Full B control. They're already out tree.
That was a trial full stack down at mid, and Akron is going to get a double shot very, very quick here on the reactions. BTN for another headshot here, leaving Osama at the end all on his own. Top fragger his team. I don't know how you can run in with a bomb like that into the site, especially when you're leading the charge, and just be able to kill anybody that's in your way, go for a bomb plant. Yeah, no problem, guys. We're playing deathmatch here. It's fine.
I mean, of course, we know it. He didn't know it at the time, but he could have just run with the bomb in hand the whole way and would have been fine.
Basically.
But, you know, that's not really the point. You don't really want to be leading with your bomb carrier going directly into the site first and foremost ahead of everybody else. Granted, they are going to have a significant firepower advantage in that situation. But here we go into the first full gun round. Nino should be picking up a rifle, yes, and the AWP comes out for Zello, so that is a big buy. He actually spends $7 grand into this round getting that op in hand, so we're going to see...
I'm expecting a boost here. I want to see a boost, but no, he's just going to go to a standard spot on...
Well, they do boost one up. They boost Cosmine up, but they're going to send Zello over towards Squeaky Door. And this is actually... Oh, Nino, all right.
There you go.
All right, well, spam me through the door, I'll spam you through the smoke. It's fine. Nobody's actually been spotted on either team yet, but 2 people are dead. CSGO.
That's with the amount of time that you play this game or put into it, you kind of start to expect positions that
the
people
timing
will
and
be,
everything
exactly,
too, yeah.
And it's a very StarCraft way to think about things, like all about the timings, but it's basically how it happens on a certain level of play. Cosmine, though, able to get a frag. Zello gets his AWP into play as he chimes in. Neno is going to get pulled back and taken down by BTN, going in to assist his teammate, leaving Lavi all on his own in the back, and the aim duel will be won again by BTN. They're able to get a bomb plant at the end of the round, and Macedonia down again. They're just going to grab some standard pistols, some P250s and 5.7s to go through that armor. And basically, you're only going to see 1 or 2 bits of armor to try and equalize the amount of money between all of the players. So even though you might have a guy that has $1 grand over everybody else, you might just want him to buy a bit extra, so you have a bit of an advantage going into it. A nice kill coming in to enter it from Plavi, though he will get taken down by Akron, and the push on B will keep moving. Zello in a pretty aggressive spot up the vents position here, able to take down 2 whiffs. The third goes in for the P250. This man does not give a damn. And damn, really, 3 kills in such an aggro position? That's pretty sick.
Well, he was on fire. Like, what did he start off the first map? 9-1, I believe it was, before they finally got him going. He's starting off 7-3 on this one, so he's starting up as the top fragger so far. He's really been the one. I mean, Cosmine might have top fragged the last match, but there was so many opening picks and so many important kills that Zello was able to get with that AWP on Mirage, especially on the T side. You saw him bring it back in a 3v5 because of a couple of really nice picks that he got over towards the A-bomb site. This time around, he's just going to be stalwart. He actually had support from mid-main. The last kill goes the way of the player in mid-main. But now it's going to be what kind of responses they're going to be. They put the op in the hands of Nino. We're going to see whether or not he's going to be able to lock this one down. But just all around, nice play from Zello, starting this one off with the hot hand again. And that's, you know, a testament to Romania's T side. He looks very comfortable playing on the T side.
Cemente holding off here by Toxic, trying to find some sort of entry frag. This time around, they won't be running in blindly into the B site. They will have some support, some flashbacks to play around with. And unfortunate for Plavi, as soon as he has the grenade in hand, he's going to get shot down to 11 health. His teammate, Neno, is going to fall as well up in CT. And they just keep peeking one by one. There's no cohesion right here for the Macedonians. As if you're going to peek with just 3 rifles looking right down at you, they definitely do have the advantage against you.
Absolutely. This is a safe situation now for Macedonia. And again, it's almost a repeat of what happened to them on Mirage to begin out, where they went down 10-0 before they were able to get a couple of rounds. And the thing is that was their map pick. Mirage was Macedonia's map pick. This is Romania's map pick. So I expect to see an even more dominant T-side half. You know, not necessarily just because they have the raw strats to go with it, but it's just that they're hitting their shots. They're out fragging Macedonia tenfold at the moment.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, they're winning the 1v1 fights as well. And
yeah.
When you're losing
Macedonia
strategy,
gives them to you every time, they're capitalizing on that situation. It's not like, you know, they've got this rogue player that's just going to run out in a 1v4 from heaven and going to spray down 3 players on your team. No, he gets punished for that, and that's what Romania is doing so well on their T side right now.
Yep. Pretty darn sick plays. Exactly what I like to see. Is from the Romanians.
Oh yeah.
They're starting to bank up a decent chunk of cash that we saw on the first map. Zello doing his spot, as we were saying, Cosmian as well. It's really good because, you know, you talk about some outliers within the team. Their presence is actually really important for the executions that Romania are really going to go for here. Macedonia are going to relinquish the mid-map control, leaving only 2 players actually, so they don't want to give it away completely, just rotating one of the players on a just-in-case. Romania wants to try for a full-out aggro push through a main onto the site itself.
So they're going to slow things down a little bit. Mid control going to get exercised here. They do have Cosmine up on top of Boost. There's 3 players over here towards mid that are watching this. Going to be able to get the drop on Osama, takes him down. That's a player that we really haven't had the opportunity to say the name too much. Dreadon's going to answer back. BTN goes down. Player from Sandbags, Nino, is going to be able to find 1, finds 2, gets traded out. Cosmine burns 1 alive, and we're back into a 2 versus 2. Full HP for all 4 of the remaining players, but they've got to deal with KNF over here playing from quad, moving back in towards site. He's going to give up his position here in mid if Zello does decide to push around the corner, and he's going to have that AWP working his way up catwalk. So they're going to pinch on this player in the A-bomb site. This is going to get really dicey for KNF if he's not able to find this opening pick, and he does just that. Zello caught a little bit unawares over by Forklift. Flashbang out. He's going to dodge that one, but now he's got a line of sight on KNF. The problem is Plavi with this flank into A main.
Zello trying to get some information on what's going on here. He probably, there we go. He saw KNF's shadow and was able to go for the full aggression and actually get that shot down. Now it's gonna peek away and miss the shot, and well, it's gonna get traded out at the end there. Plavi, if you can find the bomb, there we go.
It's in there somewhere.
It's probably somewhere within that dotted line, and he's gonna get the first round on the board for the Macedonians.
Yeah, and luckily for them, it didn't take, you know, 10 rounds for it to happen this time around. So this is a much more manageable half, a much more salvageable half. At this point, they could still run this back and get a 9-6 scoreline, or, you know, 8-7. Still not a bad half here for the CT side. Even 6 rounds on the CT side. We've seen Cash evolve over the years from being a CT-sided map to a T-sided map back to a CT-sided map. I think it's taken a little bit of a turn towards the T side. As of late, Dreadon, though, gets a nice pick. Nino going to get boosted up in the vents and finds a second. More boosted up in mid. He gets mollied out and flushed back in towards that B-bomb site, but he's going to take the opportunity to push aggressively through a smoke. And this is an interesting play. Now, granted, there's nobody on the other side to punish, so he's going to get a tremendous amount of information for his team.
Plavi here. Gonna hold off, actually, in the back. Coming down because shadow there, and the shots will confirm the positioning. What will his choice be here? Zello waiting around until KNF peaks, and we'll get the entry shot here. They're basically just using Zello as the pin, the hinge, to get all the plays in, and he will go immediately for the headshot on Osama, opening up the A side completely. And with the frag that happened just a bit ago, they're gonna have an equal. There'll be a 3v3 situation to be in. However, we do see Nano coming around from behind everybody here. He's gonna fail, but he buys just enough time for his teammates to turn around and go for the kills. But it will not be enough. If he would have gotten that kill on Akron, that would have been sick. That would have been a probable win for Macedonia. But they're really starting to feel the heat. And with this round, probably at the end of it would be a good time to call for a timeout. Really. If you let it slip too far, then it's not gonna work out too well.
Didn't the guys on the analyst desk say that Zello was a pretty young player, pretty young guy?
15.
This kid is nuts. From what I've seen so far, his off is hard, man, real hard.
Yeah, this is like simple levels of play when he was young. When he was younger. When he was younger. I mean, 15 years old.
I mean, does Zello have a graffiti on the wall on this map?
Yes, but when Simple was 15, he wasn't really doing much.
That's true. That is true. But this guy Zello,
It's
man,
talent. It definitely is some.
He's got a lot of
rough.
talent, from what I can tell so far. Definitely doing a lot of work for this Romanian team. I would like to see him. Now, that's not to take anything away from the Macedonian side or anything like that, but I would like to see him play against a team that's got a little bit more skill.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
see
his
him on
just
land.
raw aim is better than Macedonia as a whole.
I want to see this guy on LAN. This if Team Romania actually makes it to the LAN event, that would be amazing to watch. You know, that kind of play. If Zello goes around with them, if his parents are happy with the decision, I'm sure they would be happy with him representing his home country. Neno, though, is going to say no to Zello, we've been talking about here. Picks up the AWP. No, he won't pick it up, actually. Needs the FAMAS for his positioning here. The kills. BTN going in for... There's not a lot of grenading on the Romanian side. And BTN and Cosmian are down to 2 and 4 health, respectively. So they have to be pretty careful about this one. Thankfully, though, only Asama remains for the Macedonians.
Yeah, not a lot he's going to be able to do into this round. He probably has very little idea that these players are as low as angles that they're watching. BTN's really goofy off angle, B main push, and he's just going to fall back from this one. And this is where it's really scary on the Macedonian side, because they're in that buy, lose, save situation after that hard reset 2 rounds ago. So they have no money. They're going to be back on a save. The money bonus is going to start to stack up. But again, because the rifles are more expensive on the counter-terrorist side of CSGO, it's going to be very difficult for them to formulate a full buy. Get all the nades that they want, get all the utility that they need, kits, smokes, flashes, and the incendiary grenades, that's another thing to think about. The incendiary grenades for the CT side are more expensive than the terrorists. $400 for a Molotov, $600 for an incendiary grenade. So you got to have that extra $200 if you want to get that incendiary grenade. It's going to sacrifice a flashbang to get a firebomb.
Yeah, plus that the incendiary, the molly on the T side does more damage too. So, there's some pretty weird stuff when it comes to that kind of thing. Though Cosmian a pretty sick peek though into A man. He grabs 2 players from the CT side. Something like just nobody contesting him down in mid at all, and BTN just spots 1 pixel from Dreadon through the smoke. BTN goes in for another kill. This is when you have 1 T player that sneaks literally between your lines and in back of your defensive positions. That's not a recipe. Yeah, that's really, really frustrating because now you're trying to find what happened, and since, as we were saying before, this is like, oh, well, grabbing in the best players of the country, not really players that play on a team together all the time. It can become a blame game and start to, tear the team apart in terms of morale and teamwork.
Yeah, that's the big thing. This Molotov, it's a little unfortunate it's off the mark. Dreadon close in. It's sandbag with the pull. It's caught at versus 3. Bobby gonna be looking for a Dreadon comes around from Vince. I mean, I'm gonna answer back, but Dreadon drops him. It's a big round from him. 3 kills on the board. He was sitting at 4 and 11 at the beginning of that round. Picks up 3, back up to 7 and 11. Actually, second fragging for his team behind Nino. But 2 rounds now. It's 10-2. It's basically a replay of the last matchup. Just the rounds came in a different sequence.
Yes, sequence is the word I would use. Sama now turning around to the A side. They're planning on some sort of quick aggression to the back lines of Romania. And this can actually blindside the Romanian team. But the defensive line has to delay them as much as possible to allow the CTs to go for the full wraparound. Gonna catch out Cosmin here, and there we go. That's the first frag. They have no clue where the others are. But now, the Romanians were only expecting one player to go through. With Osama moving in as well, they won't really have too much to work around here, and Samite will fall as well. This is going to for aggression before they have to dedicate too many resources to weed out the one player behind them. And already it's Osama pulling back onto the A side after a successful raid. And now just waiting around for the call as there are two players waiting out on B. They know exactly what's going to go on here. BTN though lurking in through mid, able to take down Neto though on the what I like to call the Z block for all kind of memories. Going in for the shots is Icron going to get a 1 kill on a Plavi. BTN now jumping down, spots one, going through the vents, and it's a cleanup for the Romanians.
Let's see if the pattern rings true. 6 rounds Romania, 1 round Macedonia. 4 rounds Romania, 1 round Macedonia. Could we see 2 rounds and then the final round of the half going the way of Macedonia?
If that is the case, then I'm pretty sure that the Illuminati are confirmed.
Could be. Could very well be. However, Macedonia is going to have to step up big time because this is a force out. They're already down a player. Dreadnought gets caught out in the middle. He's got no support from any of his teammates. No Molotov going out on top of Boost. I mean, they're not even throwing the smoke out onto the stairs by A main. Extinguish a Molotov if it were to get thrown out on top of Boost. That's just a little lackadaisical and just a testament to the lack of utility that they have. Cosmin going to answer back. His teammate Osama going to go down. Pardon me. Cemente goes down to Osama. But there it is. Cosmin falls. Zello gets the refrag. It's still the man advantage here for the terrorist side of Romania. They're looking to keep that pattern alive for the time being, at least.
Plavi moving around here. Ooh, Neno could just catch BTN. There you go. Spots the tip of
Did
the
he not
AK.
hear him? He was
I don't know.
thunderfooting around.
Yeah. He should have turned around and gotten the kill. I don't know what he was thinking about. Maybe he had some Midian booster flashing around in the back. That happens. Plavi.
A little unfortunate there. He actually just went down. He had a smoke, 2 flashes, and a Molotov when he died. But it's going to be Neno to try to come back in on this one. He's got a smoke and a flash to deal with, but he's not anticipating Akron to be up top. Akron pushes on in, but there's no kit.
He expected Nano to go immediately for the defuse or try to go over for the wraparound, pick up the AWP or something off the ground. But even with that, it's not going to be enough time, and Romania will grab round number 12 on the board.
And the pattern rings true.
That's
so if
exactly
my prediction is right,
that's exactly what happened in the previous map.
there you go. So we'll have to see. Are they going to be able to make this happen into the level? Are we going to see another 12-3 halftime score, or is it going to be 13-2 this time for Romania? The big part about this right now is I just want the pattern to be right. I want another CT round just so that my prediction from 2 rounds ago is true. Flashbang through the smoke. Plavi going to get dropped. Akron going to be able to find that opener with the headshot from the AK-47. Nino looking like he wants to get aggressive behind this as well. This is one thing that can be very unpredictable about these pistol rounds, where there's just not a care in the world from the CT side. They know that they're down 10 rounds. They're going to go for an aggressive play. Cemente is going to be able to help them a little bit by doing some damage onto the upper and mid on Zello. Dropping him down to 57. Whoops. Oh, this push from Dreadon.
Oh, he couldn't get the second one. And there you go. At least KNF is able to get the kill here, and that's a DNF for Cosmin. As Neto peeks up again, gets the double tap, and puts...
I was right.
It's
just want to say it, I was right.
It was exactly what we had in the previous map. No, it was 13-12 in the previous map, right?
It was, no, it's 12-3.
12-3.
It's 12-3, Romania on their terror side. I just wanted the 6-1-4-1-2-1 pattern to be right that I was telling you guys about. Illuminati confirmed, as you said, my friend.
Yeah, and now I guess the analyst tests always do a beer each.
Oh, they already did, because I'm awesome. But the fact that I got that right was, you know, maybe I should start predicting these matches, even though I know nothing about some of these players, because obviously I am amazing at everything that I do.
Of course.
which is obviously valid and true. Macedonia, though, on the pistol round, going to be going heavy towards that A bomb site. It's going to be kind of a retake here from the CT side. They've got one player quad, that's Cemente, who's going to be able to cement his footing over there. He's going to get one, gets a second one as well. Dreadon finally trades him out, but Zello's over here to help out. They've got another player coming from highway to try to do a little bit of damage. Zello's going to jump on in the opportunity to get that frag, and he's going to take down Osama. Dreadon gets another one. It's 2 for the round. Nino's going to find 2. His pistols have been on point, and Dreadon's going to drop another one, so they split the pistols again in this map. So Macedonia is going to have a little bit to work with now on their terrorist side.
Yep, the former Yugoslav Republic is doing pretty darn sick.
See, I wouldn't have known that, because I'm an ignorant American.
It is. That's why they have it FIROM as instead of Macedonia, because former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. That's like the official name. Thanks to the Greeks, that is. But KNF will get taken down after a spray. Zello going in for the 5-dig. You know, they all talk about those 1 taps, but you know, you got to spray a few other rounds to get that tap.
Never talk about my 5 taps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. 30 taps with my AK. Last round is going to hit a lucky headshot. Lavion Toxic. Nade going down here. Akron taking a bit of extra damage. Neno is right above here. Will drop down. They know exactly where Akron is. Or 2 CTs on the side will get shot down. One of them here with BTN. They're not expecting the second all the way in the back of the B site. And that's caused me to get 1 kill. He's going to get the second as well. And that's a bomb drop. Challenges the 3rd. So low, and he actually takes Osama down. And at least now Semite and Cosmian in an advantage against Neno all on his own. And they know exactly where he is. He is cornered, caught like a freaking duck here.
Scout shot goes out, does the damage. 2 HP remains for him. 1 bullet away from both players. But he's going to hit the headshot. Cosmian goes down, and Macedonia pick up the round. 3K for Neno. And he locks it down, gets the final 1v2 with 2 HP, makes it happen, and steals away the round after the heroics from Cosmian on the back plat of that B-bomb site. It's not going to be enough in the long run, and we will see a 5th round for Macedonia. No reset for them, but a costly one at that.
Yeah, I don't know why he peeked at that position. He knew exactly where the last player was. Should have just waited around until he got a bit too close. And instantly, you get the frag with your 5.7 that can overwhelm very easily up close. But you know, hindsight is always 20/20, Mega Man. And I hope they learn from this here. Sanite going all on his own for an aggro play. This is a full-on pistol round of full eco from the Romanian side. Only a few pistols to go through the armor on the Macedonian side. Bit of a spray down. But how would you see Romania adapting to this? Because I'm personally leaning towards the fact that this is going to go exactly like our previous map on Mirage, but is there really a way for Macedonia to claw this one back?
Well, we're going to have to see how things come to fruition once they get rifles in their hands. That's the biggest question mark right now. Where are they going to be anchoring Zello with the AWP into this one? Are they going to be able to keep people mobile? Because you can see from top to bottom, it's 16 to 11 top frag to bottom frag for Romania, so they're all pulling their weight. And the first buyout that we are going to see from them is going to be all 5 rifles like we saw on Mirage earlier. The big part about this is that Dreadon actually has an AWP. If he is to lose that and Zello salvages the AWP, A, that's a big swap in economy. B, I was going to hold that thought because BTM is just getting mutilated through that smoke, and Cosmian actually gets boosted up in mid. The big thing for me is just going to be how they adapt once it actually comes to fruition. That's a great nade, though. Osama's going to find the damage onto BTN and takes him down, so the man advantage goes the way of Macedonia to start off. And they look relatively good starting off their terrorist side of this one.
Yep, Cosby now holding off, waiting around until anybody tries to go for a peek from the boost. Seminite holding off by here the close-up angles and quad on A, waiting until anybody goes in for a quick aggressive play. You see 3 of the players from Macedonia lining up there, but the bomb is all the way in the main what do you call it? What do you call the main warehouse? There we go, warehouse. That's what you call it. Usually not something we talk about.
Mo warehouse?
Yeah, the Mo's warehouse.
I don't think I want anything in this game named after Mo. Cosmian going to be able to find one. early peek out there from, I don't know why he changed his name. For some reason, it didn't show all of Cemente's name on my kill feed, and it just said a slightly less appropriate word. Akron's going to be the last man standing 1v3. Probably a save scenario here. Doesn't want to go for this one. Plavi on highway, one player playing from Squeaky, one player about to peek and truck. And he does go down, biting off a little more than he can chew at the end of that round. And Macedonia, well, they've matched what they did in the last map. They've got an opportunity to do even better than that. And we will be seeing whether or not that comes to fruition here in just a moment, as they will be going against the hard eco from the Romanian side.
I don't know how to really put this into perspective, because like the Romanians last round, they had these rifles, but it seems like without the EWP they don't feel as they don't have that ballsy kind of move play that we got so used to seeing them do and execute in the past couple of maps here. They definitely have to play with the close-up potential of these pistols. One's gonna fall, but Zello still pretty darn sick with the deagle. Takes down one. Not too sure whether. There we go. That's why there was that peak. So Cosmid could get the kill on a KNF, and as Cosmid was moving through the middle of the map to go for a rifle pickup, it's Plavi up on the boost that will shut him down. It turned it into a 3v2. If they can take down another player, that would be a pretty decent round for the Romanians, given the minimal investment that they have put down so far.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much put nothing into this round whatsoever. Akron's not going to get challenged, but it's going to be Zello over here at this A bomb site. I'd like to see a little bit of a smoke play here. He's going to get right in front of this, try to one-way that. Plavi comes out, that's a 1D. Going to bang his head off right there. Now, that'll actually allow time for the rotation from Akron to come around, but he's going to take a ranged battle from this angle on highway. He's looking for the guns, not going to be able to find... Okay, he does actually find an AK. You can see that laying underneath of the dead body of the fallen terrorist side players. Nino and Dreadon both going into A main, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. He's got so many angles to clear out. Molly's going to clear out quad.
And they're both
clear out over here
here
towards Fork. Yeah, that's the tricky part about it, is he's going to have first contact with Nino. Even if he gets the shot, it's going to be very difficult for him to respond after all said and done. Throws out the pistol, goes for the fake flash. Not going to be enough. Nino's not biting on that. And an 8th round for Macedonia. They've already won up themselves from the previous map. They are still hanging tough in this one. Zello with the op-buy, though. That's my X factor for the Romanian side on their CT half.
Yeah, this round can actually break Macedonia very, very quickly, because of the amount of cash that they have here. It's really easy to see that even though they've been winning the past few rounds, they have been losing quite a few players to the Romanian side. So next round, they would have a pretty, decent to mediocre buy if Romania takes this round. But here, Macedonia have to shut down the Romanians. They have to absolutely destroy them to really get their feet back into this game and go for an equalizer. Double AWP, though, that is the thing of beauty to see here. Ekron is set on B, waiting around for anybody to try and poop in from Toxic. He will find one, not able to get the kill. Zello on the other side of the map, though, on A. There we go. Ekron will get the shot on a Plavi, giving the Romanians a man advantage finally here. It's been a while.
It's a little bit of a silly play, in my opinion, that repeat going out over that direction. Nano, though, getting tagged up through the smoke and squeaky door, and that Molotov doing a lot of damage. Cemente is going to be able to find one. They don't realize that a player is all the way out in front of Red Box, but it doesn't matter. BTN's got his back. Cemente finds the second one, and BTN locks it down. That's going to be, well, you said they had to be flawless, yeah?
Yep.
They didn't take a point of damage that entire round.
That's exactly what they need.
That's as flawless as you can be. So Romania going to keep all 5 players alive, not take any damage, salvage 2 AKs as well. And not only that, look at what it does to the economy on the terrorist side. They're going to force into this one, but they have depleted their economy.
Yeah, and this round is going to be even more important for the T's, because if they're unable to at least get a bomb plant and at least 3 kills on the Romanian side to try and push them back and get some extra cash for themselves, it's going to give Romania an advantage to go 14-8, and then they'll have to probably eco on round 14, or a force buy to go for Tech 9 armor, which is not a situation you want to be in if you're that close to map and match point. So it really puts them in a really awkward situation, and position at the end there, where they definitely could have had an advantage after winning the previous round, but that didn't happen. Romania with a flawless victory. So I don't know how I remember that kind of. I don't know from which video games that comes from. Like flawless victory. Was it from Mortal Kombat?
Any fighting game, I believe. You had flawless victory for Mortal Kombat. If you ever played Killer Instinct, it was supreme victory.
Yeah, Killer Instinct, really over the top in terms of spectacle fighters.
If you ever liked 1,000 hit combos, that was the game for you. Spray down coming, Cosmine gonna find 3. Pardon me, that was actually Cemente that finds 3. Cosmine over a quad's able to pick up another one. He's gonna be working his way around Fort, finishes off the last, and well, 3 alive for the Romanian side. You should go into the predicting industry.
Yeah, this is exactly how it should be. Three players alive still on Romania. Macedonia really needed three kills and a bomb plant to keep their economy rolling. And it, even if they lose the round, so they can go for buys, because now they're gonna eco, and this is pretty much a let go round, and they're gonna have to go 15-8 and then build a comeback off of Romania being on map and match point. This is not a good spot to be in. Osama, the last player already, and the chances of this comeback have just been absolutely destroyed, like top decked and wrecked at this point.
And there you go, Cemente's going to finish things off. It's almost a team ace. Zello's the only one not getting into the action. That's funny because we talked about him having the impact with the AWP once they got onto the CT side, but it hasn't been him. It's been Cosmine and Cemente that have been the ones that have been planting their feet and holding stalwart. And as much as I wanted to say Zello, in the early stages of the matches, he's been the guy that's been the man.
Yep.
When it comes into the late game, when it comes into the final stretches of the game, it's been Cosmine that's been taken over, who ended up top fragging the last matchup on Mirage. He's top fragging here. Zello does get another one, goes aggressive, gets a second one. He's making a bid for this one, but he does eventually fall. That leaves it open for Cemente to find one. Finally gets traded out, but it's still a man advantage here for the CT side.
Yep. Oh, Osama, nice shot though. Headshot immediately on a BTN. Cosmine though will refrag on a KF, and this is huge. The bomb is on the ground, and this leaves Akron and Cosmine in a sick position, but that will be it. Osama goes down, and this will be the end of it here. 16-8. Is this a repeat of the past map, or was it 16-7?
It was 16-7 on the last map, but I will point out that one of our lovely analysts does get a door prize because they got the prediction correct. Remember, we had a 16-8, a 16-9, and a 16-10. So they get a hug, and they get the tears of the Macedonian fans, I suppose, as a consolation prize. And we're going to hear from those guys, and probably a lot of gloating from the analysts that got that one correct here in a moment. So let's go ahead and pass it over. No, never, ever. Let's pass it over to our analysts, our brains behind the brawn of myself, Mega Man, and Milos. So let's see what they have to say on that one, guys. Take it away.
Rema won't be getting a hug from me, but he'll probably gonna get a beer at the end of this competition. He has 1 point, that's true. 16-8 was actually for Romania in the second map, and well, Rema was right. Okay, Rema, your thoughts about the map?
Right.
Yeah.
All in all, I think that was the repeat of the second map. Basically, whenever Macedonia got around, they got reset immediately afterwards, and I think they had a bit sloppy city side again. Romania managing to stomp them over on their T side, and actually they really played good. I'm really glad that both of the players reset, Xelo and Kazmin, stepping up massively for Romania, and they really played great. Congrats for them for moving forward to phase 2.
It looked like Macedonia just doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, that was basically copy Mirage, cache, paste.
Yeah.
It was completely the same thing. I mean, maybe even the rounds were going, the same way. Just I don't know what with the Macedonian city side, but on both Mirage and Cache, their city side was nowhere to be found, and losing twice 12-3 in the first half. I mean, it's kind of really tough to come back after that.
Yeah.
They had a slight comeback, getting to 7-8, but I mean, that's not enough. And congrats to Romania. They really played well, and they're going to be moving on. And like I said, with your question, I think they're the favorites.
The favorites in the next matchup, just wasn't enough for Romania.
Yeah, I mean, Romania.
For Romania from Macedonia.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, there were a couple of situations as well as on Mirage where they had the man advantage when they had the 5 versus 3, and in those situations, I think every time Xelo was the guy that stepped up, and there was one round when he kills the guy in NBK quad, and then just kills the guy out of nowhere that's holding from truck and basically gets the control of the site, and then kills another guy. I mean, this guy is what, 15, and he's playing like this. I mean, props to him. Like, and I think Mega Man or one of the casters mentioned that. I mean, we had a star 13-year player from, what was it, Venezuela? Guatemala, yeah. Now having a 15-year-old from Romania really going big for his team when it needed to. I mean, I think we have a bright future in CSGO, both Romania and Guatemala.
Yeah. Romania definitely showing a good CSGO. You see them as favorites, like Switch already said, but do you see them maybe managing to compete for those 3 slots that can lead them to the LAN finals?
They can definitely
Or
do
at least put
something
up a
in
good fight
qualifier round
against
2.
the
In
favorites.
qualifier round 2, they can definitely do something, but I think qualifier round 3 is pretty stacked up, and we have really good players coming from all of the nations that are top seeded or for that qualifier round 3.
Yeah.
So it would be really hard. I mean, if they need to have performance like this one, but not only Xelo and Cosmin, they all need to have a equal performance. Yeah, maybe one player stepping up as Cosmin did step up here, but they need consistency of all of the 5 players they play together. So I think they can definitely do something in qualifier round 2, but if qualifier round 3, that would be a tough task.
It would be hard.
Agreed. I think they completely outplayed Macedonia, and without those second pistol round wins on both maps, I think this could have been even worse for Macedonia. Romania was just that much better, and I think that they will be also big favorites in the second leg of the first round. In the second qualifying round, I think that will be the first real test for Romania. We'll see who they draw out and how it plays out for them. But if they draw one of the weaker teams in the waiting in the round 2, they could definitely go to round 3. But I think that's where the trip ends.
Yeah, we have a lot of games before that.
Yeah.
Okay, a quick recap. So Romania versus Macedonia 2-0, 16-7, and 16-8. In the second match of the day, we have Lithuania versus Moldova. That match will start in about an hour. So first, what you have to do is go to Facebook and find us on Facebook, e-frag.net, as well as on Twitter at e-frag.net. Yeah, try to get involved, try to participate. You are a part of the World Championships, like we all are. So, see you in an hour. Stay with e-frag TV. My name is George Georgiev. See you soon.